Michael Jaafar, it paints a picture of what the life was like. And when you add that with new boyfriend, she's wanting to spend all her time with him. If it's not intentional, and I use that loosely because when you neglect a child, that is still it's an intentional act. But do you think the jury's going to make that leap that a cause of death could simply have been ignoring her child?
Yes, and this witness is another example of why I believe that this jury should have been waived, because the defense attorneys would have seen her on the exhibit list. They would have asked, they would have known specifically what this woman was going to be testifying to, right? And so the jury is going to make, I mean, it's disgusting, it's grotesque, but at the end of the day, does her testimony mean that Evelyn killed, that her mom killed her intentionally? I don't believe so. I mean, I know this witness had to be introduced. Her testimony had to be introduced. She called the doctor, right? She had an official capacity, semi-official capacity in the care of the baby. So I know her testimony had to be admitted. But at the end of the day, still, it's so inflammatory. It's still not relevant to the fact whether or not the defendant murdered baby Evelyn or not. This is an example of why I believe that this jury is not going to be, we're asking them too much to make the leap to say that baby Evelyn was killed unintentionally. At the end of the day, either way, the best case scenario for the defendant is to have a lower felony, maybe even a high manslaughter. That's the best case scenario. The best case scenario is for her to be convicted to a felony of involuntary manslaughter or voluntary manslaughter, potentially voluntary manslaughter.